Okay, so I've been working with ChatGPT, coding with it since it came out for the last 2 years. I use Cursor IO every day, Cursor AI every day. So I'm very familiar with the capabilities of these models, of these large language models and their ability to write code. I keep seeing tons of startup companies, tons of videos where it's like, hey, you can create this whole website in 90 seconds or less. Like we'd have this coding AI, it's no code, no technical experience needed. It's just gonna write a whole website for you. So I just want to show you the actual capabilities of these LLMs and why most of that is like bullshit. So I have a simple React application right here that I'm building, and I'm going to do something like I want to add a drop down button to this React application using shadcn. What are the commands to do that? I'm using Claude 3.5 Sonnet, which is the latest model. So it wants me to run this command right here. And this is not going to work because this is actually the wrong command. npx shadcn UI, right? So shadcn's UI does not actually exist. Well, first of all, I've already initialized shadcn in this project. So like, I literally don't need to be doing an init. So I don't know why it's telling me to do an init. If it spent 2 seconds understanding this code base, it'd be like, this command is first of all unnecessary. And then I could skip straight to this command, which is like drop down menu, which is also not going to work. So the problem is that like it's telling me to use this shadcn UI command, which is not the right command. And if you go look at the documentation, like you can see right here, this is the right command. You just npx. So I would just, it's shadcn add latest. Okay, I can just do npx shadcn add drop down menu. So now this is going to actually work because I'm actually following the documentation, which is what you should do. So instead of like wasting your time talking to these LLMs, you should just like read the docs and you'll have it solved. All right, but anyway, so let's suppose I am a person and I am continuing to use this LLM. I don't realize what the LLM is doing wrong. I'm going to type the error message and be like, this command didn't work. Please help me. Okay, so the command didn't work. So, and now it's going to tell me that it's going to try to gaslight me. So this Claude is trying to gaslight me and saying I don't have shadcn installed, when that's why it's getting an error, which obviously is, we already know is not true. Sorry, I'm already in this terminal. Yes, finish that. Okay, so I've already installed it. So like the guy, while following the documentation as a normal developer, like I'm already done. This took me like 10 seconds. But now I'm using an LLM and we're going to see how much time it can waste of mine. Let's try to install this for no reason. Then we're going to initialize this with the wrong command again. Okay, so I'm just going to tell it being like, why didn't this work? See how long it takes Claude to figure this out and how much time it's going to waste. Okay, so now it wants me to uninstall the package and then reinstall the correct package. And first of all, if it knew anything, I'm not even using NPM. I'm using yarn in this. Look, there's a yarn lock right here. Yeah, clearly I am using yarn and not NPM right here. So it's using NPM because that's its default. So the thing with these LLMs is that they are going to use whatever syntax they were trained on. They're just kind of like pattern matching, right? So the way I think of LLMs is, imagine you have a piece of paper, right? Like you have this piece of paper here, right? Like it's just flat, flexible, like this. Now you're gonna add some memory to it, right? So I'm gonna crease it and crease the piece of paper. And now it's just gonna forever remember this crease. It's gonna wanna constantly be folded and creased in this spot, in this way, not the other way, but constantly in this way. So, right, like, it's like you show these things, you show an LLM or any neural network a certain pattern, like npx this. It's gonna wanna keep going back to that same pattern, even if it's not the correct pattern right now. Because that's just how it's like associative memory kind of works. It's kind of beautiful in a way, but it's also really annoying. You'll give these LLMs specific commands to not do things and it'll just like go back and be like, nope, that's my distribution, that's my data set, that's what I use. I'm just gonna like put the documentation in. So this is probably what it should just do by default. Read the docs. This is probably like a secret hack to make your LLM suck less. Read the docs and tell me how to do this again. Hopefully it'll figure it out this time. Okay. Maybe I need to include more context. Okay, we're gonna do this again. What's cool about Cursor is you can do, was it control enter? Yeah, you do control enter and then it'll do like this big search. So like all this will be thrown, all these files will be thrown into the context window. I'm pretty sure we already have Shad installed. Yeah, we have it right here. So it has it right here. It can see that it's installed, but for some reason it's telling me to install it again. And it's still using the wrong command. I already initialized it and like this isn't the right command. No, See, like it needs to just tell me this. Let's see how long it takes this thing to figure it out. Like this is what it wanted me to do, which I don't need to do because as you can see, the components to JSON file, which is what it does when it creates it, already exists, which like, I don't know why I can't see that. I already have shad cn installed. Assume I already have it installed and read these docs and tell me how I can install a dropdown using shad cn CLI. All right, see, it can tell me the correct command this time, which it keeps giving me the wrong command. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, it's gonna tell me again to use this wrong command. Where is it getting this from? There is not a single, if you read this through the documentation, there is literally not a single shadcn UI command in this whole like page I linked it to. Should I just tell it the answer? That is not correct. Please tell me the correct command to install a component with shadcn. Please read the docs again. Let me just link it to it. Okay, so I'm going to keep linking it to it because the answer is in the page. It doesn't have to go very far. And I'm going to throw all the context in. It's just, what is it? What did it just tell me to do? Where did this come from? What is this? Okay. npx shadcn. It's giving me it wrong. Why can't it figure this out? Like this is like mind-boggling. Like all it needs to do is look at this. Look at this. Look at this. shadcn add button. And it keeps insisting that it's shadcn UI. There is nothing in this documentation that tells it is shadcn UI. Maybe if I just tell it it's wrong. No, you are wrong. The correct command is the shadcn UI command does package. I think it's a package. Does not exist. Please stop telling me to use it. Okay, if I've told it the answer, it can tell me the answer again. Let's see if it remembers this. Okay, great. Now let's go back. Tell me how to install a calendar. Okay, hopefully it remembers this. Okay, so it gave me the correct command this time. This just kind of shows you how, as a software developer, these LLMs can waste a ton of your time compared to if you were just reading the documentation like a normal person. And this also is why I'm very skeptical about these like auto coders, because like as you can see, like it's just going to get stuck in one of these loops and it's never going to figure out, or at least it's going to have a very long time figuring out something as simple as what you guys just saw. I find this very entertaining. And I use LLMs every day, so no shade to them. They can actually be useful sometimes. This kind of stuff where I'm like, incredible website, 90 seconds, I think it's just bullshit. It's all bullshit. Like, I wish that would work. Please, if you had a tool like that, I will fucking pay you thousands of dollars a month for it, literally. But it doesn't exist. Stop pretending that it exists. Thank you.